I'm Anil Kumar. This video is for my student Ria, who wants to understand how to solve questions which involve work done. The question here is, it takes Ryan 2 hours to mow the lawn and water the garden. It takes Maria 3 hours to do the same. How long would it take them if they work together? Now, such work done questions, it is important to find the rate of work. Rate is work done in 1 hour or 1 unit of time. That is kind of important. So we'll put the information in tabular form and see how it moves. That should help us to understand. So we are talking about two persons. One of them is Ryan. So let me write down Ryan here, R-Y-A-N, and Maria. So what is given to us? Ryan, it takes 2 hours to mow the lawn. So let's say there is an activity which is to mow the lawn and water the garden, right? So that is the activity. So we'll just call activity, right? Okay. So a particular activity can be performed by Ryan in 2 hours and by Maria in 3 hours. It'll complete the whole job in 2 hours by Ryan and by Maria in 3 hours. Now we have to see at what rate do they work. That is to say, how much job will be done. You have to say how much in an hour. So that is called the rate. How much job is done in an hour? So if total job is done in 2 hours, in 1 hour it will be half the job. Is it okay? So it will be half the job. H is the units. So it is half the job. And in this case, 1/3 of the job. Because Maria is taking 3 hours to do the complete job. In 1 hour, only 1/3 will be done. Is that clear? Now let's say they are working together and time taken is X hours. So in X hours, how much job will each do? So of course we'll multiply job done in 1 hour by X. So we get X over 2 and X over 3. So in X hours, let us say Ryan will do X over 2 and Maria will do X over 3. Now what we are given here is how long would it take them if they work together. So if they work together to complete a job, that means together to complete. That means if we add these rates, which is X over 2 plus X over 3, we should get one whole thing completed. So that is the time in which they can complete a job, and that is how we get our equation. So all the work done or rates equations will be kind of like this, right? Now it is a question of solving this equation. So let's see how to solve the equation. So we've done the first part, that is to understand the situation and develop an equation. Now let's work on solving this equation. So we have equation X over 2 plus X over 3 equals to 1. If I multiply everything by 6, then what happens? Denominators will be 1, right? So we could write this as 3x plus 2x equals to 6. Correct? Because 2 goes 3 times, so 2 gets cancelled with 6 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6, and that's what you get. 3 plus 2 is 5, so we got 5x equals to 6, or x is equals to 6 divided by 5. So it is these many hours which both of them will take to complete the job. Now the question here is, we should write answer in hours and minutes. That is important. So how do we convert 6 by 5 6 by 5 hours, 2 minutes. This is what we need to think about. We know 1 hour is 60 minutes, and that helps. That helps. So 6 over 5, now let's work with that. Conversion. 6 over 5 is 1 whole, right? And then 1 over 5. So that means 1 hour and 1/5 of an hour, right? So that means 1 hour plus 1/5 of an hour. 1/5 of an hour. Now 1/5 of an hour could be converted to minutes. So we can multiply this one by 60. So what we have here is 1 hour and 1/5 of an hour. As soon as you multiply by 60, you get minutes. So we converted this into hours and minutes. So we get our answer as 1 hour, and that when you do 12 minutes. Do you see that? So that is how we can solve this question. So I hope you understand how to write an equation in such situations. You need to find rate, and that rate helps to form an equation. Once the equation is done, you normally will get some fractions. Avoid fractions by multiplying all the terms by lowest common denominator. Once you get hours in fractions, they should be converted to hours and minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, and that helps to change hours to minutes. Always write answer in hours and minutes. I hope that really helps. So I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.